Hello, welcome to the Power Up Talk Show, a talk show where we bring together community leaders and inspiration people. I cannot wait to introduce my next guest, but before we begin this journey, we start with Dion Bass with Dion Bass Cocktails.
Hi, thank you, Sandy. It's an honor to be here as always. And today I wanted to dedicate a cocktail to my mother. It's called the Pits. Now, a lot of people don't know my backstory. When I was 15 years old, I left home to pursue a music career, and I wound up homeless. I wound up meeting great people. I wound up traveling. I did a lot of things, and so I just want to let everyone know before our show begins that it doesn't matter where you start, it's how you finish.
Yes.
And with that being said, this cocktail is called the Pits. So we're going to start out with just a little bit of lemon juice. And our next ingredient is going to be a peach-infused aloe. I know that sounds crazy, but it's going to be delicious. So we're going to pour our peach-infused aloe, and we need 1.5 ounces of that. Our next ingredient is going to be a sake that's infused with Fuji apples. So I know right now you guys are probably like,
I love when I go to the store, I pick Fuji apples every time. So they're the best. Yes.
All right, now we get to our interesting ingredients, as if Fuji apples weren't already interesting enough. We're gonna do our St. Elder's Pamplemousse. Now, Pamplemousse is just grapefruit, I believe, in Francais. And what do we do when we have all of our ingredients together?
Shake, shake.
We shake it.
It's Taylor, right? Yeah, shake, shake.
Then we're gonna pour over ice. Oh no, one of my garnishes.
Did they fall over? They were so pretty.
I know, it's such a beautiful garnish.
Just use your fingers, we don't care.
And then we're gonna pour, so this is Mama Peach, and it is a peach-infused Moscato.
Sounds wonderful.
Scrumptious. All right, we're going to introduce, but first we're going to have, without ruining our beautiful peaches, a cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, I gotta make sure these don't fall. Might have to remove them.
It might have to be an earring. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh, won't be eating that one. All right, I'm so excited to introduce my fabulous guest, Josh Peterson.
Thank you for having me.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. He is the head director in creativity of marketing with Elevator Co-working Spaces. And he has Josh Peterson Media, right? Did I say that right?
Peterson Media.
Peterson Media.
Yes. Almost there.
He's amazing. So recently I had a photo shoot with my Women with Voices Summit speakers, and I just like, Josh, let's do this. He shows up and he kills it. These videos, soon to be released, are going to be amazing. That's what's so great about video and photography is that it catches the moment and it shares it with the world. Josh, welcome to the talk show.
Thank you so much, Sandy, for having me. Well, one, being a videographer, being a photographer, I'm always behind the camera. So this being in front of the camera is so weird for me, but I've kind of grown and evolved over time to feel more confident in being in front of the camera, and I'm trying to get myself in front of the camera more with my personal brand, Peterson Media, which is a freelance photography and videography business. So I do that on the side, and then for Elevator Co-warehousing, I'm the marketing director. So I do all the marketing, I do all the social media, I do the photography, the videography, I do community outreach, sales, stuff like that. So just to kind of like explain what that even is, first off, because most people probably don't know what Elevator Co-warehousing is. We're basically what I like to say and what I like to kind of visualize, and that I'm a very visual person. So think of a co-working space, think of an office space. Those are typically a combination of the two. So what co-warehousing is, and what we're doing with Elevator is we're bringing warehousing into that mix. And so you have warehouses, you have offices, and you have co-working spaces kind of mixed in, the ultimate trio, I would say. And we really cater to the e-commerce community, the artists, the makers, the vendors. So when you go out to the farmers market, you see all those vendors out there. Those are the perfect fit for our concept. And we like to build that community of entrepreneurs within our space. And currently in Omaha, this is our first location here. And right now we have over 100 businesses. We have over 300 members, and just everyone has high praises for the community, the ecosystem that we're building within a small business space like Elevator co-warehousing. So, yeah.
I love Elevator. Shannon, the founder, was one of my first Summit, Women with Voices Summit speaker. They've always hosted my anniversary parties, which they're going to do it again. They're so good. They give back and they see amazing people, and I see them, and I'm going to have Shannon and her husband on this talk show too. Because they take local, they take entrepreneurs, visionaries, and they give them the tools and the space to be who they're meant to be. I love Elevator. All right, Josh, tell us more about Josh Production.
Yeah.
Goosebumps. It takes, I love my TV advertising days, my visual, like I love visual.
Right.
And to see that on camera, I'm telling you, you got to follow Women with Voices because I'm going to be releasing these. Amazing. What made you want to do this besides it's totally your cup of tea?
Yeah, so I'll kind of like start from the beginning. So I'm not from Omaha originally. I'm from Minnesota. And
where at?
So around Apple Valley, Farmington area, and I moved around a lot as a kid. So I was a part of a military family. I used to live in Germany for 2 years, so that's always something that people say, wow, like that's insane. Like I've never been overseas before. I was there when I was younger, so it was a different experience. But so moved around quite a bit. After high school, I moved from Minnesota to Omaha, and so that was kind of, I feel like, the start of like where I'm at today. And like there's a reason why I left Minnesota to be here, and I think that I wouldn't be where I'm at today without making that move, and that was probably a very significant move in my life. But I went to UNO, got my bachelor's in marketing, and so I started at the Collegiate Entrepreneur Organization, doing public relations stuff, social media marketing, and you know, Levi Cermak, if everyone knows Levi Cermak, he's a really well-known person.
Don't I know him?
I think
Levi?
you do,
yeah. I know
So he's
Levi.
a really well-known person here in Omaha and very well-connected. So he was working at the Center of Entrepreneurship at UNO while I was kind of a part of the executive team on this Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization. And he saw what I was doing on social media, and he was like, hey Josh, do you want to come do this for the Center of Entrepreneurship? I'm like, 100%, absolutely. At the time, I was working at Hy-Vee, and it was kind of, I wanted to find something different. And so I took it right away, said yes, didn't hesitate, and took it head on for about 2.5 years until I graduated. And then Levi actually ended up going to Elevator. So Levi went to Elevator, and then he shot me a text saying, hey Josh, do you want to come do the marketing for Elevator? So I'm just like, absolutely. So same kind of concept, and it was like, it really speaks on the level of, connections and knowing the right people, knowing you, Sandy, from Caleb Duncan, and just like the connections that people make is one, if not the most valuable thing that you can do, period. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, going out to events, going out and meeting the right people, building those relationships are what gets you from here to here. And so that's one thing that I've learned from my journey so far is just like the value of connections. But the photography, obviously that was your question, and I kind of went off a tangent
That's okay,
there,
I love
but
it.
I'm trying to
Just
kind of
share
connect
it all.
everything.
It's your show.
So the photography part, I got my first camera, I believe, junior year of high school. I've been always a creative person, a very visual person. I originally wanted to do graphic design in high school, and that's what I did. Took some classes in high school, and was originally going to go to a technical college for that. But I just felt like, that wasn't really my calling. I wanted to get more into like the business, and I had the mindset of an entrepreneur at the time where I was like, what can I do? Like I failed at a marketing agency that I tried to do because I had the fear of I didn't know what to do next. And so I picked up the camera and started shooting photos and just kind of got into the photography, the content creation area of things. Like, you know, I had it's crazy because I don't tell a lot of people this, but I used to have a gaming YouTube channel back in the day, so I made a lot of content there.
Find that.
It's still out there somewhere. I won't
Nice.
say. I'm not gonna.
Not gonna release. Yes.
So just getting in front of the camera, doing content, shooting video, shooting photo. I just love the content creation, and so that led me into you know, doing all of that in the Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization, doing all that in the Center of Entrepreneurship, and then eventually, as I got to Elevator, I started, you know, getting more confident with my skills and my understanding of photography and videography. Ended up purchasing an upgraded camera, and just kind of went from there. I was just like, I'm gonna start a brand. I'm gonna offer services and be open to everything and anything. And a lot of my my jobs now are referral based, so I get a lot of referrals here and there, and that's kind of what I focus on. But you know, I just love the ability to showcase what I see in front of other people through photography, through videography, because I feel like, yes, there's a lot of photographers out there, there's a lot of videographers out there, but everybody has their own unique style. Everybody sees their image through the lens differently. And so that's what you have to leverage as a photographer, is your style, what you see and why you see it. So
being in TV advertising for 15 years and having to, like, I still envision commercials, right?
Yeah.
It's that visionary, like, you see what the owner or what the business doesn't see.
Yeah.
You see their story.
Yes.
And that's what's beautiful about
Yeah,
it, that you bring that
storytelling.
story to life.
Yes. Yeah.
So when you're out there jamming and your creativity and you're like working at home, like, what's your go-to work music? Like your jam out music, your creativity music. Like, we all have that music. Like, I don't know, I hate silence, so I always have that go-to music. Like, what do you jam out on when you're like actually in that really creative juice?
Well, I think it depends on what you're doing.
The project.
You know, if I'm editing a video, it's obviously focused on the audio and focus on that. But if I'm editing photos, you can throw on music, whatever you want to listen to in the moment. So, I mean, I've been really into like the upbeat lo-fi kind of music, and I think that kind of gets me into a flow state a little bit. So I'd say that. And then sometimes there's days where I like hip hop, and I'll just throw on some hip hop or country. I also like to listen to country. So I think it just depends on the day. But I'm kind of open-minded to so many different music, so I try to figure out what that is.
So true.
Yeah.
If you take away music, just kill me off. I'm like,
100%.
I need music. I need it.
But I will say, as a videographer and a photographer, finding music is the hardest thing.
That's what Caleb
Yes.
said.
So yeah, Caleb, I'm actually roommates with Caleb
Yes.
Duncan, and so we always hash out things about photography and videography all the time. And one thing that always comes rise is trying to find this piece of music. I just can't find it. It's so hard because you
don't know that person, that product's
yeah.
brain, right? Like, he picks out something, I'm like, nope, that's it.
Yes.
And to try to even like give choices could be hard too.
Oh yeah,
absolutely
100%.
true.
Yeah.
So what do you find exciting about the future for social media and videography? Like, it's so hot right now. If you own a business and you do not have a say it for me.
Videography.
That's it.
Yes.
You're losing it, because that tells the story.
Yeah, so one, storytelling is super important, personalization is super important, and then AI is super important. I've been getting into AI quite a bit. But
the plot thickens. Like, this is like, ooh, interesting. Share.
So we all know artificial intelligence. I think everyone has kind of their own definition of what it is, their kind of opinion on it. And you know, I use it a lot for my workflow and efficiency and things, but I also been kind of diving into how I can create content with AI tools specifically. So I've been doing that, like where I can transcribe videos, I can use AI voiceovers, I can do AI effects and things that make it look really interesting. Like, there's a lot to it. I'm still kind of on the surface level of how that looks, but I would also say the personalization is super important. I think a lot of people, I think advertising and just the salesy stuff people are very aware of that stuff nowadays. So if you can be as personalized as possible and tell a story that drives emotion and drives inspiration and motivation, I think that's what people connect to the easiest. So that's where I see like videography and like commercials and advertising going down the road in the future, is just being really personalized, very emotion driven.
That is so true. I know when I do social media, like I don't go out to set out to be someone or something.
Yeah.
I'm just me, and that attracts people.
Yeah.
You're authentic, being authentic and just
Yeah.
being you. Like people are like, oh, yeah, I can relate. And it's
Absolutely.
when I teach public speaking, which I teach public speaking courses, it's never about you.
Yes.
It's about your audience.
Right.
Right. I love
Right.
that.
100%.
Let's see. If you had to choose one media forum, like obviously broadcasting, podcasting, any of those media forums, if you had all the money in the world, all the budget, and you're like, okay, you had to pick one media forum to promote your business, what would you pick?
Heavy on short form content.
Ooh, explain.
100%. I would leveraging YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, and there's a new app I just learned about today from Ryan Price. If you ever met him, he's a social media influencer here in Omaha. Called
Let's have him on the show. Connect me.
Oh, 100%. You got to have him. He's going to be great. He's an awesome person. Flip is the other thing.
Flip?
That's very
That's an
product. Yeah, Flip's a new app that I learned from him today, actually, and it's very product focused. So it's like the short form content, but for products.
Gosh, I need that.
But short form content, I would say like that is, if you can go heavy into short form content and learn the structure of how to do the right structure, how to edit the right way. You know, a lot of people love to scroll on TikTok, love to scroll on Instagram Reels, and how can you get their attention? How can you grab their attention, pull it in, retain it for the life of the video, and get them to kind of engage with you? So people are doing that substantially well right now and have grown millions of followers in a short period of time, actually, just from the short form organic content. And so if I had the budget to just focus fully on that, I would do short form content.
He got my brain thinking. I have all these YouTube channels. I have my talk show.
Yeah.
The shorts are where it's at.
Yeah, 100%. Wow. Yeah, and it also depends, you know, on the content, the niche, the industry that you're kind of doing videos for. So, you know, YouTube Shorts might be the better option to focus fully more of your time on, rather
promote
than
like the
Instagram
YouTube
Reels.
channel.
Yeah, because in the way you edit, in the way you style your reel, I mean, it depends on each platform's a little different. So, you know, YouTube might be a little bit more of the higher level thinkers and achievers, and TikTok's a little bit more of the younger demographic that's just kind of scrolling because they're bored. So you gotta kind of feel it out at the beginning, but you know, for example, your talk show, you can easily, on all the episodes that you've made, chop them all up into multiple different reels, put captions over it, you know, optimize it with your keywords and everything, and you can throw it on your Instagram account and just do those consistently every day, and it builds your viewer audience, and people will go to your YouTube channel, watch the full thing, things like that.
Wow, well, he's hired. Yeah. Let's do some kind of trade out or something, because that's amazing. That's what I need. That's what so many people have podcast shows, or they have like all this. I mean, I have events every month. I have all this stuff, all these pictures and videos. I'm like, what do I do with it? And so many businesses, I feel, have the same, like all of this. What do I do with it?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, we're gonna talk later.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, if you as far as, you know, elevator spaces, co-working is such a lovely community business. They just help, they've helped Women with Voices out so much.
Yeah.
Where do you find, as far as you personally, is there a nonprofit or some community event or anything that you would love to be a part of, or you're like, that's my heart? Like, if you could be like, okay, I love children, I love elderly. Like, what nonprofit or what would you like to do kind of outside of your box that you would like to help or maybe collaborate with? And it also gets your name out there, right, too? But I mean, do you like kids? Do you like dogs, elderly? Do you like youth, homeless? Like I dance where you love dogs. Well,
I love
Humane
dogs.
Society has lots of animals
right.
To give away. But like all of that is so important. I always tell the business when I do their ribbon cutting, it's like pick your nonprofit that you love and showcase them, and it showcase the world what you care about.
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't think I've thought about that too heavily. You know, I think if there was a nonprofit out there where it was like helping people, like businesses, I think that's where I connect the most. Is like I am I like to help people. I like to be provide a lot of value, and if I think that gives off a good look, but it also it's like I mean it genuinely. Like that's the thing, is like being a part of Elevator is a great example of like I can just be in that role to help these business owners, and you can see it in our Google reviews. I mean, a lot of our members just love how helpful our team is. So if there was a nonprofit out there where it was helping small businesses grow, elevate their business to a next level, like that's kind of a nonprofit that I would love to help and kind of collaborate with. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm flowing with.
Yeah, and I feel like Elevator Spaces already is doing that with like even their lunch and learns. I know I'm going to be there in November talking about community.
Yeah.
But like you have such an opportunity. That Elevator Spaces is such a community within a community.
Yes.
Like the relationships that are being built there and like the collaborations are just wonderful.
That's like the one thing everybody says being there is like they love the community feel. That's really what we leverage, and that's what we want to be recognized for. We're not just a warehouse space. We're not just an office space. We're not just a co-working space. We are a community of businesses. We want you to come into the space to feel like home, to feel like you can collaborate and talk to anybody in the space and get help. Make a friend, have a new business partner, maybe get a sponsorship. We do a lot of these other amenities there where we help these small businesses find small business loans, get a business consultation to help them get unstuck from a thing that they're stuck in. So we're collaborating, we're partnering with cool people, cool businesses to have this ecosystem where, hey, like you can do everything that you can imagine in your one space, and you don't need to go anywhere else. Because I think the goal that we have as we kind of expand and grow into new markets is to be able to be intentional about these specific services that we bring into our space. So like HR, marketing, sales, branding, videographers, photographers, commercial photographers, stuff like that, where we have maybe one of those in each office in our space, where this e-commerce brand that's in our space can go, hey, I got a marketing agency here I can go to. I have a photographer here I can go to. I have an HR consultant here. I have an attorney here I can go to. I don't have to go and look on Google and search for it, even though, it's always good to have more options. But that's what we want to build in our spaces, and that's what we want to do, how we want to do it differently. We have competitors out there that do co-warehousing as well, but they do it very in a traditional way where it feels very warehousey. So the location, the feel of it is also very important. Color, vibrancy.
Color's great. I love that. You walk in, you're like, I'm going to spend all day here.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so, and I was going back to Ryan Price. So Ryan Price, he's a social media influencer, and he has like over 600,000 following on TikTok. And
Ryan, I'm calling you. You're going to be on the show.
Yeah,
right?
there you go.
That's amazing. And he's from Omaha.
Yes, he's from Omaha. So he knows Caleb too. He knows a bunch of people that I know and Caleb knows. And so he came to the space. I gave him a tour, told him the vision of what we're trying to do. And how when I give people tours of our space, I try to do the storytelling, connect our founder story with emotion to kind of connect with how they feel, and like so I can get them to visualize that we're not just an office space like you would have everywhere else. So I gave him the tour, and he just was mind blown on just the fact that the vision of what we're trying to do with our space, and like he he's now co-working out of our space, he's doing videos out of our space, and just loves it. And so he gave us a review on the spot, like without even being there for more than one day, and it's things like that where if we can, and the thing is like we are actually super genuine about all this stuff, and
it's
I
very
know
organic.
It's very organic,
very like
and,
small town.
And
honesty, and
very
it's like
family
that feel.
focused.
Yeah,
Like
family focused, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's how I personally feel. Like I want our space to feel like it's a home away from home. You want to be here. That's the thing. Is like we want you to want to be there, and we want to do whatever we can in our power to help you grow, because we know you have the potential, and we want to provide the services, the amenities, the environment, the community to help you get there.
Nice. I cannot say enough about Elevator Spaces. Like when Shanna spoke, like she's like, I don't public speak, but I'm gonna do it, and she did great. Like I love I don't know her husband as much as I know her, but like such down to earth people, right?
Yes.
And you really want every business to be successful.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I love.
Yeah. There's room for all of us.
Is it full now? Do you have any spots left?
We have a few spots. Yeah, we're 98% full.
Wow.
And we've been about 98% full for, I would say, over 6 months straight.
And how many years has it been out? In about 3 years?
What'd you say?
How long has Elevator Spaces been
Oh, yeah,
open?
we opened 2 years ago. So actually, October 1st of this year will be our 2-year anniversary. So we opened in 2022. And then right now we're looking at a few new markets that we're going to.
I love the new markets.
Follow us on social media and you'll hear more about it soon.
Wow, I can't believe it's so shortly after I had our 1-year anniversary with Women with Voices was in December. So it was like 2 months after you opened.
Yeah.
And now every year I just want to be there.
Yeah.
It's our spot for our anniversary party, our third one coming up.
We're excited.
Ryan, how can the audience get a hold of you? Both with Elevator Spaces and Josh Production. Peterson Production.
So I just made a new website, so petersonmediaomaha.com. Nice. And so I have services for photography, videography, soon for website development or website design with Squarespace, and then marketing consulting, which will be later down the road. And then you can follow me on Instagram at @PetersonMedia_. You can also follow me on LinkedIn at Joshua Peterson. So that's my email as well as info.petersonmedia@gmail.com. So feel free to reach out if you need help with photography, videography, or have any questions about Elevator.
Yes. Okay, I have a fun question.
Okay.
What's one app you cannot live without? Like I know my 3 apps. Like what's your one app? What is it?
Instagram.
Instagram.
That's my go-to. Yeah, 100%.
Nice. How about like a practical app, like a hands-on work type app?
Let's see. Well, for apps that I use, I would say for like in my industry as like a content creator, CapCut on your phone.
Absolutely, right here. CapCut. We'd be lost stuck.
Oh yeah, that's a easy one to name right there. You know, does everything in your phone. So
yes, mine is CapCut. Grammarly, I think it is, and
download ChatGPT.
I have that too. That's my third. Why waste your time? Let other people be creative, right?
Right.
Well, Josh, thank you so much for being just a wonderful person, a friend, and just being who you are. Thank you for being on Power.
I appreciate it, Sandy. Thanks for all the opportunities.
Remember, go be creative. Don't try to be someone else. Be you. Go dance in front of something crazy. Go open up that story. Go, I don't know, just be you. Because you know what? People want to see you. They want to hear your story, and they want to see who you are. Remember, go make it the best day. Go be you, and go be happy. Thank you.